So, renouncement, simply giving up something, is not very good idea. You must have something better. Parang dishya nivartate. If you get something better, then you give up something inferior. Our Vaishnava philosophy, renouncement means renouncement of sense gratification. The Mayavad sannyas means karma tyag. Simply reading Vedanta philosophy, Sankhya philosophy, everything Gimna. But our Vaishnava philosophy is giving up the wrong thing and accepting the right thing, side by side. Simply if I give up, it will not stay very long time. If I simply by sentiment give up, Brahma Sattva Jagan Mithya, this world is false and Brahma is the reality. So there are so many sannyasis we see, they give up this so-called mithya world and come to the Brahma realization by meditation. By meditation, then meditation means hospital and school. Because there is no Brahma, there is no reality. So after much meditation comes to the conclusion that now I am a sannyasi, I must open school, college and Daridra Narayan Seva and Goat Narayan killing. This kind of sannyas has no meaning. Daridra Narayan Seva by killing Goat Narayan. Goat is not Narayan. Simply Daridras are Narayan. If you accept one as Narayan, why should you not accept the other as Narayan? So, this kind of false sannyas is not accepted by the Vaishnavas. Vaishnavas, they accept sannyas for better activities. For better activities means dedicated life for satisfying the supreme law. Mamekang saranam Bhaj. Anyone who has sacrificed his life for Krishna, he is sannyas. That is stated in the Bhagavad Gita. Anasritam karma phalam karjam karma karoti ja. Sa sannyas. Na niragni na chakriya. One who has given up. The sannyasi is not supposed to cook niragni. And na niragni na yogi. But anasrita karma phala. Tyag means karma phala tyag. This is tyag, real tyag. Suppose you are working, you are doing some business and getting lakhs of rupees profit. If you can give up that profit for Krishna, that is service. Otherwise, I shall enjoy fully the profit and I have become a great devotee. No. Sannyas means, as it is stated, anasritam karma phalam. Karma phalam, there must be some karma phal, whatever you do, there must be some result, bad or good. So, anasritam, without taking shelter of the result of activities, karjam karma karjam, it is my duty. Just like Arjuna did. Arjuna understood that Krishna wanted the fight. He took it, karjam, this I must do. This I must do. Krishna wants it. because my business is to satisfy Krishna. I cannot become non-violent as I wanted to become. Falsely, Krishna, I don't want to fight with my cousin brothers, my nephews, my grandfather. That was my sense gratification. Krishna immediately said, oh, what kind of nonsense you are talking, that you won't fight? This is not good. Kutaste kasmalamidam visame samutme. What kind of nonsense you are speaking? You have come to fight in the battlefield and now you are talking that non-violence. So, don't talk all this nonsense because you are my friend, my cousin brother. It does not look well. Anarjajustam, asabdam akirtikaram. These things are done by the anarjas, not by gentlemen. Anarjajustam, akirtikaram. This will be infamous for you. Don't do like that. Then he explained to me Bhagavad Gita. And when he understood, then he took sannyas. What is that sannyas? Karishe vachanam tava. Yes, I'll fight. That's all. This is sannyas. Anasita karma phalam. He was first of all judging, if I kill my cousin brothers, my grandfather, there will be bad result. I'll go to hell. Now, later on decided hell or him. I don't care for it. That is called anasita. I don't take shelter of hell and heaven. I take shelter of Krishna. A devotee does not discriminate what is hell or what is heaven. Narayana parasarvi na kutaschana bibhati. One who is Narayana para, devotee. He doesn't care for what is hell or heaven. Sarga apavarga narakeshapi tullartha darshan. A devotee, just like Narad, he goes to hell. He goes to heaven. He has got freedom to go everywhere. Tullartha darshana. For him there is no hell, there is no heaven. He is preaching Krishna consciousness wherever he goes. That's all. He has nothing to do. Just like we went to that Sabarmati jail in Ahmedabad, we were received by the jail authorities, where Gandhi was put into jail. Who was with me in that? You are also here? No. So we went to jail. They made very good arrangement. The prisoners, they received us, they chanted Hare Krishna mantra. So it was a good function. So we went to jail, but what we have got to with the jail? We have no business with the jail. Similarly, sometimes we are invited in a very rich man's house, governor's house. We go there, and that is heaven. So we have nothing to take either from this heaven or from that hell. We have to chant Hare Krishna mantra anytime. That is our business. So Narayana parasatva na kutaschana bibhati sarga apavarga narakeshapi tullartha darshana. So this announcement for preaching Krishna consciousness, that is real sannyas. Just like when I went to your country, actually sometimes I have to live in a hell according to our Indian standard, Vedic standard. So what can be done? Hell or heaven, I have to do my duty. It doesn't matter. Actually, I do not want to describe those things. So, this sannyas means do not care for personal sense gratification. So, this is inconvenience, this is convenience. Simply go on preaching Krishna consciousness. So, this sannyas, anasita karma phalam karyam karma karoti ya, sa sannyasi, yogi. He is yogi, he is sannyasi in everything. Who is simply working for Krishna. There will be some result, loss or gain. So, if there is loss, that is Krishna's. If there is gain, that is also. Not that loss is Krishna's and gain is mine. No, not like that. Everything Krishna's. We have to work for Krishna. Uh, to take this mantra, come on. First Bhavananda come.
Dasamati Nandana Brajabada Nagara Gokula Ranjana Kana Yamati Nandana Brajabada Nagara Gokula Ranjana Dasamati Nandana Brajabada Nagara Gokula Ranjana Kana Gopi Parana Dhana Madana Manahara Kaliya Damana Vidhanam Gopi Parana Dhana Madana Manahara Kaliya Damana Vidhanam Dasamati Nandana Brajabada Nagara Dasamati Nandana Brajabada Nagara Gopi Parana Dhana Parana Dhana Madana Manahara Kaliya Damana Vidhanam Dasamati Nandana Brajabada Nagara Amara Harinam Amya Vilasa Dipina Purangara Nabina Nagara Mara Bhakti Madana Sumasa Amara Harinam Amya Vilasa Dipina Purangara Nabina Nagara Bara Bhakti Madana Sumasa Dasamati Nandana Brajabada Nagara Gokula Ranjana Kana Dasamati Nandana Brajabada jana palana asura nasana nanda ka dhana rakhwala jaja jana palana asura nasana nanda ka dhana rakhwala Govinda Madhava Navanita Darshanam Govinda Madhava Navanita Darshanam Sundarananda Gopala Govinda Madhava Navanita Darshanam Govinda Madhava Navanita Darshanam Sundarananda Gopala Dasamati Nandana Brajavara Nagara Dasamati Nandana Brajavara Nagara Gokula Ranjana Dasamati Nandana Brajavara Nagara Gokula Ranjana Ramana Tatachara
Everything that we see that is created by God. So you should at least recognize that it is God's property. But they are thinking their property. So there must be now restriction.
Is there a right and a wrong in this conflict now between the
whole thing
Arabs
is wrong
and Israel?
because you do not recognize God. Suppose if you don't pay tax to the government, what will be the result? That is going to happen. This is the position of God, that He is everywhere. Annantarastham paramanuchayantarastham. He is within this universe, He is within the atom also. Annantarastham paramanucha. Eka pasau rachayatam jagadanda koti jachaktirasti jagadanda chayajadantam annantarastham paramanuchayantarastham govindamadi purusham tamaham bhajami. This is Brahma Samhita. The Lord, by expansion of one of His plenary portion, He is existing within this universe, not only within the universe but within the atom also. Anoraniyaga mahato mahiya. This is God's qualification, that He can become the greater than the greatest. Just like we have got conception, the greatest, this universe. We cannot even imagine how long, how far it is extended. But such universes are coming out from the breathing of Mahavishnu. Jak karananavajali bhajati isma jugam nidravanantam saromakupam. From his breathing, when he exhales, innumerable universes come out, and when he inhales, all those universes again enters. Bhutta bhutta praliyat. It is generated and again annihilated. This is going on. This is one side, that universes, innumerable universes can be put into the nostril hole of the Mahavishnu. On another side, he can enter even within the atom. This is called consciousness. Anoraniyanga mahato mahiya. He is greater than the greatest. We generally say God is great, but we do not know how great He is. People say God is great, but we have no conception how great He is. He is so great that He can swallow innumerable universes within His belly. Just like when Krishna was challenged by his mother that show me your face. You say that you have not eaten the earth, your friends complain, and you say that you have not eaten, so I want to see, open your mouth. So when you open, he saw all the universes with his mouth. All the universe. He proved, my dear mother, not only little earth, but the whole universe is within my mouth. So when Mother Jasoda was astonished, she thought something illusory. All right, don't do it again. That's all. She does not know that here is the Supreme Personality of Godhead to show me His mercy has become my child. She does not know. She always thinks, he is my child. She is under my control. This is the relationship of the Supreme Personality of Godhead with His devotee. This is wanted. Simply to understand God is very great, that is not sufficient knowledge. When you deal with the great, exchange your relationship with the great, that is perfect. That is perfect. Suppose your president is very great. That's all everyone knows. President is very great. But what shall I derive out of that? When I actually deal with him, I become his friend, I become his servant, I become his secretary, I become somewhere or other. If I am related with that great personality, that is my benefit. Otherwise, what is the use? Knowing, President Nixon is very, there are so many. What I am deriving from that gate, this is Krishna consciousness. The Mayavadi philosophers, they simply remain silent. Oh, God is very great. And they cannot imagine how great He is. But a devotee can understand how great He is. He can see that innumerable universes are within the mouth of God. This is the position of devotee. This is not sufficient knowledge. God is great. God must be great. That's all right. But unless you come in dealing with that great, you cannot relish actually what is God and how great He is. So here Kunti says, Alaksang sarvabhutana. Sarvabhutana, all living entities, alaksam, you are invisible. Invisible, although antarbhi avasthitam, you are within and without. God is within yourself. Ishara sarvabhutanam riddesha arjuna tishtati. Ishara, the Supreme Lord, is situated in everyone's heart. The yoga system means to see, find out that God, Paramatma, and meditate upon Him. Now the yoga system has come down as bodily exercise to keep the health very good, to reduce fat. This is yoga system. This is not yoga system. This is a bodily exercise. Real yoga is the God is within me, but He is invisible. Alaksham, antarbahi, although He is within and without, still I cannot see. So, meditation means concentrating the mind to find out God where He is within my heart. That is real perfection of yoga. So people do not know this science. Here it is nicely explained. Antarbahi avasthitam, the Virat Roop, just like Arjuna wanted to see the gigantic form of God, he showed him. So we can see the gigantic form in this universe. Huh? That is described in the Bhagavatam. You have read that the big mountains, hills, they are the bones of the gigantic form. So they are described. The highest planetary system, Brahmaloka, is the head. How do it is called? Skull? What is this portion? Huh? No, what is the English? This skull. So the rivers are the veins. The seas are the holes like here we have got. In this way it is all described, the gigantic form. Festival takes place. In up to date, all the Bengali devotees who visit the Jagannath temple, first of all, take their bath in this lake, or sometimes they wash their hands. Have already come and they are waiting on the bank of the lake Narendra Sarovar. I want for them residential quarter and arrangement for prasadam. But this Narendra is a small lake still existing in Jagannath Puri, where the Chandra fest and he will arrange for everyone's residential quarter and prasadam as you want. Text 70, Mahaprabhu of Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, gone, associates Jota or Aila came there, Gaur Haite from Bengal. Bhattacharya, Sarva Bhattacharya, Ake, one after another, Dekha, please show Amate to me. Also, soon after this, Kusavidu Maharaj requested Sarva Bhattacharya to show him all the devotees coming from Bengal, one after another. Text 69, Raja Kahe, the king replied, Purichake, unto the attendant, I, Agga Diva, order. Basha, residential quarters, Adi, and other arrangement, Je Chahiye, whatever you want. Puricha, the attendant, saw everything Diva. He supplied. Translation, the king replied that I shall order to the attendant and he will arrange for everyone's residential quarter and prasadam as you want.
Translation: Let my mind be fixed upon Lord Sri Krishna, whose motions and smiles of love attracted the damsels of Rajadama, the gopis. The damsels imitated the characteristic movements of the Lord after his disappearance from the rasa dance. Purport: By intense ecstasy of loving service, the damsels of Rajabhumi attained the qualitative oneness with the Lord by dancing with him on an equal level, embracing him in nuptial love, smiling at him in joke, and looking at him with a loving attitude. The relation of the Lord with Arjuna is undoubtedly praiseworthy by devotees like Bhishma Deva, but the relationship of the gopis with the Lord is still more praiseworthy because of their still more purified loving service. By the grace of the Lord, Arjuna was fortunate enough to have the fraternal service of the Lord as chariot driver, but the Lord did not award Arjuna with equal strength. The gopis, however, practically became one with the Lord by attainment of equal footing with the Lord. Bhishma's aspiration to remember the gopis is to pray to have their mercy also at the last stage of his life. The Lord is satisfied more when his pure devotees are glorified, and therefore Bhishma Deva has not only glorified the acts of Arjuna, his immediate object of attraction, but also he has remembered the gopis who were endowed with unrivaled opportunities by rendering loving service to the Lord. The gopis' equality with the Lord should never be misunderstood to be like the Sayujya liberation of the impersonalist. The equality is one of perfect ecstasy, where the differential conception is completely eradicated, for the interests of the lover and the beloved become identical.
Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu said, Ramya Kachi Dupasana Bhajavadhu Vadgavija Kalpita. There is no better method of worship than the system invented by the gopis. According to our Vedic understanding, there are four things sinful, pillars of sinful life: illicit sex, unnecessary killing of animals, intoxication and gambling.
But you can lead a very happy life, still eating...
Our students are trained in that way.
There are a lot of very good people in the world.
You can see from your son. They can sit down anywhere. They can lie down. There is no artificial living. They are satisfied with nice food stuff made from vegetable and milk, and chanting Hare Krishna, holy name of God.
I see, he's happy, but you know he came from a very happy home, so he should be happy, shouldn't he?
Yes.
Very happy home, brothers and sisters, and we've all been very happy. And I hope he will remain happy.
But he's still happier.
Yes, I can see.
He was happy, now he is happier.
Yes.
That is the difference.
Oh, I don't think he's happier. You are?
You are not happier.
I didn't think it was possible.
Because your son has come here, you may not be happier, but he is happy.
Oh, you're saying this. I'm not saying this. I'm very disappointed that he is not continuing with education. I'm not sorry that I'm happy for his happiness wherever he is.
What is the purpose of education?
You're a cultured man. You're educated.
Yes.
Did you not learn, who gave you the talent to translate your Vedic scriptures?
Yes.
Who gave you the talent, Father?
Yes. No, I'm asking.
Yes.
What is the best part of education? So far my school, college education is concerned, that is not being used here.
Oh, but you're cultured. You in your old age are getting tremendous comfort from being able to read and understand what the world is doing, the goodness of your books, and you're able to understand the spiritual way of life. If you if you hadn't been educated, Father, well, how would you be able to have...
No, education is required.
No,
But
I don't. I am so happy that my son is happy, truthfully. But I am very distressed, and little boys, don't laugh because this is serious. I am very distressed that none of these boys continue their education. What is going to happen then when they're like you, when they're older, they have no talent?
But your educational system in the Western countries, they have got big universities. Why the university students becoming hippies?
Oh, well, there are always a certain amount becoming hippies in America anywhere, but we must...
No, I've
we
seen the
must
college
develop.
students, university students, they're all hippies.
Yes, but we must develop the good ones that have talent. We must
And I mean
develop
to say
them.
that
You have the power
the
to give
chance
these
of
boys...
education is there. In India, there is no such big university facilities. But in your Western country, you have got nice universities, nice teaching system. Why the result is hippie?
Oh, but we're talking of you. You have got the power. People follow you because they believe in you. So you have the power to educate them.
My
You're
point
not
is
hippies, are you?
that this this education for eating, sleeping, mating and defending, this sort of education will not satisfy.
Well, you're educated, you see.
No, I am educated.
Yes, but how many...
But I am not educated only on this platform, eating, sleeping, and sex life and defense. I am educated in a different platform.
But aren't you translating your books still?
Yes, that's all right.
Isn't that a great
That's
joy? Great
well,
joy to you.
translating of books, it does not require, of course it requires when the purport of the translation is given. Otherwise, real thing is culture. That education is culture.
Well,
Simply money-making education for maintaining this body, that education will not satisfy anymore. Just like I told you, that despite all arrangements of education, why the young men are turning to be hippies? That is my question.
Well, but not your followers. Your followers are not being hippies. People
My
who follow
follow-
you. Therefore, you've got the people who you could help to become cultured like you are.
So my father educated me in a different way. Therefore, I have come to this stage. My father never allowed me even to drink tea.
Well, I'm disappointed in you. I came to see you because I felt that being so cultured that you would want all your boys to have this culture and to have this, to have
We've
the
got
best.
it. We've got this culture.
Oh, but you haven't. You see,
No,
you're all
culture,
you're all young
culture we
boys.
don't have.
But you're not mature
But
yet.
the culture
How
that
can
he
you-
has, he's giving to us.
Yes, but you're not mature. It takes years to become mature. Hurt, pain, happiness, everything together. You find God. Yes, I found God. We all, I feel very close to God and I feel very happy. But I would also still wish to be educated. And fortunately, I was given the chance to have an
Education means to know God.
And I don't misuse it.
That is education. Our Vedic culture, the high-class man is called Brahmana.
Yes.
Brahman, you know
Yes,
that.
Brahma, yes.
So who is a Brahmana? Who knows God? He is called Brahman. Therefore, culmination of education is to understand God. That is education. Otherwise, to get education, how to nicely eat, how nicely sleep, how nicely have sex life, and how to defend, this education is there even in the animals. The animals also, they know how to eat, how to sleep, how to have sex life, and how to defend.
It seems to worry you, this sex life. I mean,
No,
if we
I'm
don't
not
take any
worried.
notice,
This
it
is
fits
also
into its
necessary.
place.
This is also necessary.
It fits into the place in my life or
this
our
is also
life.
necessary.
Yes, it doesn't worry us at all.
These 4 type of branches of education is not sufficient for human being. A human being, above all this education, must have the knowledge how to love God. That is perfection.
Oh, well, Michael was taught that when he was very small. The
That is
Jesuits taught of that.
perfect.
The Jesuits certainly did.
So to understand God, or how to love God, there is religious system. In every civilized human society, it doesn't matter whether it is Christianity or Hinduism or Mohammedanism or Buddhism, the religious system is there in human society, besides the education of eating, sleeping, mating and defending. That is there in the animal society. So, a human being is distinct from the animal when he has education how to understand God and how to love Him. That is perfect. So that is now one thing. Our Krishna consciousness movement is not depriving people of their education. You get education, how to eat, how to sleep, and that's all right. But side by side, you take education, how to know God and how to love Him.
Yes.
That is our purpose.
I agree with you. Yes, I agree
We
with you
don't
every
say
time.
you stop all this education. No.
No, I don't agree with you
No.
there. No, Father, no.
We
No,
don't say.
no,
We,
I
you
think
you
they
can go
must-
on with your industries, you can go on with your university, but side by side, you become competent to know what is God and how to love.
Oh, a lot
Then
of,
your life is perfect.
I could mention a lot of names that still very close to God and brilliant men in science. Where would we be without our scientists, without our doctors? Medicine, they all have to go to university and get a degree before
That
they...
I say, you get.
Yes, but we
You
need
get.
them. Yes, well then
But-
some of your boys could be
But
doctors.
simply to becoming doctorate in medical science will not save me. Unfortunately, they do not believe in the next life.
Oh, yes, they do. I've
But
had a doctor who came to church, and Michael knows him every Sunday, a very good
mostly,
man.
I have spoken with many educated
Yes,
persons
yes.
in Moscow. I was talking with Professor Kotovsky. He said, Swamiji, after finishing this body, everything is finished. But he is a big professor. Generally, even though to believe next life, they do not believe it very seriously. If we actually believe there is next life, then we must be prepared. What kind of next life I am going to have?
Yes, well,
Because
Father,
there are 8,400,000 forms of life. The trees are also life. The cats and dogs, they are also life. And there are intelligent persons in the higher planetary system, they are also life. The worm in the stool, that is also life. So, calculating all of them, there are 8,400,000 species of life. So, if I am going to have next life, tatha dehantaram prapti, we have to change this body to another body. So, our concern should be what kind of body I am going to get next.
I agree for some people to, you especially, to think like this because you are a leader of your Vedic religion. But for everybody to do that, where would we be? We couldn't all sit down
But
and
where is
think
that
all
education?
the time. But you can also work and think.
Now, I mean to say, where is that education in the university to prepare the student for the next life?
Oh, but he must
All
fit
the
it in.
Catholic universities all over the world are doing it. That's our main purpose, is to teach the young man and the young girl the success in this world, but above all,
Then the next
success
question,
in the next, which means union with God for eternity. That's top priority. And following Christ's word, seek ye first the kingdom of God, and then all the other things of very minor importance. Its closeness to God and the eternal, the one of the beatific vision in heaven. That's the top priority. That's our aim in education. That's what Michael was taught when he was at Sunnyhurst. And that he does well and gets a degree, yes, very good thing. He could be a doctor or an architect or a leader in commerce, what have you. Which all of which are essential for the well-being of the world. This time last year I was dead. I was picked up as unconscious in the corridor, and the doctors said that I'd experienced, I was as near death as makes no difference. Well, if it hadn't been for the skill of the man that looked after me, I would have been here this afternoon.
So, next life, how it will be ascertained? What kind of body I am going to next life?
I don't think it matters very much. I couldn't care less what's happening after I'm dead. All I know that it's not annihilation. I'm going to be joined with Almighty God.
It cannot be blind.
We're going to Almighty God,
I
that's
don't want
all.
another life.
Huh?
We're going to Almighty God when we die. We don't have to worry.
It's in His
So,
hands.
what is the qualification?
We know.
Everyone is going to God.
Yes,
Yes.
everybody who believes in God.
In God.
Yes, and leads a good life, does their best in this world, and that
And
is
then
truthfully.
the question comes, what is the good life?
Obeying the commandments of God. Yes.
The commandment is thou shalt not kill. If somebody kills, so that is good life.
Now, Father, you're being a bit unfair. It isn't. Interpretation, thou shalt not kill, thou shalt not unjustly take away life. If a man walks in this afternoon through those bushes with a revolver, I have every right, I'm not saying I'm going to do it, but I have every right to defend myself against that unjust aggressor. And if I
Yes,
kill him,
you can
that is just
protect yourself
Yes,
from
yes.
the
Yes.
aggressor.
yes.
But when you kill innocent animal, what is the reason?
Then yes. But again, that's got to be interpreted. We wouldn't be able to. How do we live on food? How do we live if we don't eat?
How we are living?
Pardon?
How we are living?
Well, I don't
We
know.
don't kill
I don't know
animals.
what your food is.
No, but you have a vegetarian diet,
Yeah.
which is
Well, all
a lot
right.
of people have
But that is not killing.
No, but Master, look at it this way. You just said a few minutes ago there are 8 million different kinds of life. Would you agree that the potato, the cabbage, and what have you, also has a life? Because there's vegetative life, there's sensitive life, there's rational life,
That's all right.
there's supernatural life, and there's the life of God.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
And therefore, I'm not being facetious. When you boiled those potatoes, you were taking away the life of that potato.
So what is your philosophy? That you can
But
take any life?
You said thou shalt not kill.
No. Yeah, thou shalt not kill, that's
But you
all.
killed the potato.
Now suppose there is potato and there is your child. Would you like to kill your child in preference of
You've
potato?
not answered my
Why
question.
this discrimination?
Why you've not answered my question?
Yes, I'm answering you that you are to kill, but you have to discriminate what kind of killing you shall do.
Well, I just said that. I gave the example of the chap who comes through with a revolver. I can maybe protect myself. You're implying...
When somebody comes with a revolver, you defend, that is another thing. But if somebody is innocent, why you should kill?
And I said I shouldn't. God said thou shalt not
Then
kill.
why you are killing animals?
Well, you're doing it when you eat your potatoes.
Potato is not animal.
It's a vegetable life.
Yeah.
My dear, it starts as a little tiny seed, that
Yeah.
life. It grows.
Potato is not animal, it is a fruit.
Is that tree alive?
It is a fruit.
Is that tree alive?
Yes,
Has it got life?
yes,
Are you doing anything wrong when you cut it down to
Yes.
provide?
yes,
Provide.
yes, yes. But
You're doing something wrong.
We don't cut down trees unnecessarily. Unnecessary.
No, we don't. I don't
but,
kill.
But I have asked this question to so many people that why you are killing, although it is prohibited, thou shalt not kill. They cannot give me any
Well, I
satisfactory
think I'll give
answer.
you one. On just
Innocent
taking away.
animal killing and taking a potato from the tree, you are making equalize. It is not
I'm not equiparating and saying. All I'm saying is that if you're logical and accept
This is
different
logical.
kinds
Now,
of life,
I have to live. We agree that we have to live by eating another living entity. Jiva, jiva, sujiva. But if I eat this grass, taking
Yes.
some grass, and if I eat some animal, do you think they are equal?
yes.
Equal? Then why don't you kill your child, own child?
Because there's that's logic. I'm just trying to show you the difference between
we don't agree that.
vegetative life,
But in us-
sensitive life, and rational life.
That's all right.
Rational? Animals have got
No, they
rationality.
haven't. And omnia animalia intellectu carent.
Even
and
your
this
own
is bringing out exactly.
even your own psychologist will display to you rational life in the monkeys
No.
and so many other animals. Rats,
No.
they make rational decisions.
No, they don't.
Oh,
Well, I mean, it's been the accepted.
your own psychologist will display that to
Well,
you.
all I can say has been the accepted teaching of not merely Western philosophers, but all
Not
the
Eastern
philosophers. Omnia animalia intellectu carent. And then that was, as Mrs. Christie just said, if you've done a bit of study...
Because some animal is not intelligent, you are right to kill.
No, we're not talking about killing. He's seen now that there's no difference between us and the dog.
Yes,
Because
yes.
we've both got intellect.
You are more
because-
intelligent than the dog, to some degree.
No,
So in other words, if we
even the
instead of all
animal
of
is
us
not
here,
intelligent,
if we had all
you
of us
cannot
here,
kill. Because your child is also not intelligent. So, that does not mean you can kill your child.
Oh, nobody, Master, would nobody for 1 second.
That is
would
not
go with
very good
killing a
reasoning. That because the animal is not intelligent, they may be killed. That is not very good.
No, that isn't the reason. That isn't the reason why we kill it. We kill it, the animal, because we need it by means of living.
No,
It's
you
food.
need it, but just like if you can get nice fruits, grains, milk, why do you need animal?
That's the
You
only
have to
way we can
eat.
live.
You have to eat and live, not to kill. Similarly, that if you can get nice foodstuff from food grains, from fruits, from flowers, from vegetables, from milk, why you should kill the animals?
Well, a lot of people now are going over to health foods.
Huh?
This is thought of by a lot of people. I
A lot
agree
of
with
people
you.
may do
People-
anything, but
Yes,
a reasonable man, a religious man, he should have discrimination. That if I get my foodstuff from here, why should I kill and big animal?
Well, it's not. I always think it's not for me to condemn people, whatever they do. All I ask for
No,
in
that
life
we are
is-
thinking
I'm not
in that
condemning
way.
you,
That it is all right that we have to
but
eat some living entity, but the preference, if we can get, besides that, when you get the grains, it is not actually killing. When you get the fruits, I am getting these fruits from the tree, it is not killing. The fruits are there, I take it. It falls down, I take it. The grains
think-
also,
yes.
it is not killing.
no. Well, I don't think we're really
So similarly,
worried about whether
if I
we
take
kill or
milk
you.
from the cows, that is also cow's blood, but I don't kill it. So if I can live in such nice way, without killing, I get the fruits and flowers and the milk and the grains, why should I kill the animal?
There are a tremendous number of people being vegetarians today. You're not the only people. I mean, a lot
So
of people
that
just
is nice,
have.
that is
yes,
nice,
they
very
do.
nice.
But we
They
don't
should be
condemn people
vegetarian.
who do.
That will make them less sinful, and that will qualify them to go back to home, back to God. If they remain sinful, they cannot go.
Would you say that because we, and I talk about myself, because I have meat and bacon and so on, that makes me sinful? If I didn't eat those, I would be less sinful.
Yes. Yes, that is our place.
So if I give up eating meat and bacon and sausages and things,
Then you
I'll
become
suddenly
pure.
become a different person.
You become pure.
Yes.
Well,
Yes.
That's very interesting.
I just met a gentleman who told me exactly that. He's a businessman here in London. He's about 40 years old. And about 3 months ago, he decided, because he heard this from us, to decide to become a vegetarian. And a few weeks later, I talked to him. He said, you know, it's amazing, the difference in my consciousness. He says, I've become a completely different man. Yeah, he told me that.
Well, yes,
And he's a very intelligent
in the
man. He's an
Vedic
immense
literature,
society.
It is said
in
the
London.
animal killers cannot understand God.
Well, this is very good that you find this, and as I say, this is not my
And
argument.
not practical also.
Yes.
I have seen the animal killers, they do not understand what is God. That is a fact. Neither they have got brain to understand it.
But you don't need brain if you're not going to study or to do anything further
No,
than just sit and sleep.
we are
and just-
studying because we are preaching. We are studying man. The animal eaters, they cannot have any conception of God.
Mm.
The brain is so dull.
What about your children? Where do they go to school?
Why not?
Are they? Do they go to schools? Your children?
They are now grown up. My grandsons are going to school.
Well, I didn't mean yours particularly. I'm talking now of all of you. I'm not talking of you particularly. I'm talking of all of you. All your children, the married devotees.
Yes, our children, we have got our own school. All these boys, they have got their children. They are Grihasthas, householders. So we have got our nice school at Dallas. Very big school.
You have got a school, a Krishna school.
Oh, yes.
And now how do they go through college?
They are now little children, but we don't wish to send them to college. We have got sufficient books.
So you cut off their education like that?
So what is this nonsense?
Now, do you think that's not cruel to them?
We don't care for this.
We cut off your education, and we take education from the Vedas and from our spiritual master. We learn how to read, how to write, how to handle numbers sufficiently, and whatever we need practically for our work. Right? And we learn the science of God from our spiritual master, and we find that sufficient for us. We haven't got to spend extra time and many extra years learning irrelevant subjects that are never going to relate to our practical life or to our God-conscious life.
But you're depending on other people then to do the other side of your life for you.
We are not depending on anyone.
But what happens when suddenly one of you gets very ill tomorrow morning?
What is that?
What happens if somebody gets very ill tomorrow morning?
So we give them medicine.
You call the doctor.
You call the doctor, don't you?
So we pay for that.
Oh, no, but you call him, don't you?
But
you want him to be. You want the doctor in existence.
So does it mean today that because we require necessary, we have to take education of medical man?
But you don't train people to be medical men.
If we can get it easily.
Yes.
Our training is, first of all, try to understand. We just like you have got 4 divisions in the body for maintaining the body. So, the head division, the arm division, the belly division, and the leg division. The leg is doing its own work, walking. The hand is doing its own work. The belly is doing its own work, and the brain is doing own work. It does not mean that when the brain is work, it does not require the help of the leg. But a brain does not require to learn the business of the leg. This is the idea. The brain requires the help of the leg, but does not mean that brain has to learn how to walk also.
Well, I'm a nurse, and so that is why I would like...
So there must be division of work.
Mm.
So you take from, when there is necessity of brain work, you take help from it. And when there is need of the walking, I take help from the leg. It is a cooperation. Not that everyone has to learn everything.
Yes, well, as I say, I myself did a training. I became a nurse.
You are asking us why you are not taking medical education. Why we shall take?
Because if everybody...
No, there is no necessity. If I can pay, I can get the help of a medical man. Why should I waste my time in that way? Let me engage my time for understanding God.
You should be self-supporting in that case.
Self-supporting, you are self-supporting. Just like here is father. He is trained up how to preach. He is not a medical man. But he doesn't require to learn the medical science.
No, but I didn't ask you to be a doctor. I said some of your boys.
Why you are asking?
Which ones of us should become doctors here?
Well, or
supposing they all want to be preachers.
Well,
do you go to your seminaries and take? Do you go to your seminaries and take one boy from each class to become a doctor?
Yes, well, if you had an epidemic of smallpox or typhoid, you know what smallpox is like in India.
Presupposing.
Do you go to your seminary and take one boy from each class to become a doctor?
It would be no good all being priest if you had smallpox, would it?
So therefore you do that. You go to your seminary and take one boy from each class to be a doctor. By force. Now you come and be a doctor. They all want to be preachers.
This is balance. Let us... You take some students and train them as medical men. But I am training to become preachers. Why you interfere with my business? You do your own business.
Well, my son is my business.
Yeah.
And
so your son is not dependent on you. He's independent.
Yes, but
you want independence. He's already independent.
Out of the university by your people going round the universities. But he was in university.
That's all right. If some of our students goes to the university, there are many students.
We didn't snatch Michael.
We don't object.
Michael came to the temple in London, sat down, and didn't want to go away.
He'd been taking LSD and he was very sick, and somebody took him in.
So when he was taking LSD, what did you do for him?
Why was he taking LSD? He had wonderful education, happy home, so many things.
Well, he was experimenting.